Hey guys, Devin Gridley at Allfather Fitness, and today we're going to be talking about another product that I ended up finding on Instagram. I ended up finding this product a long time ago, but I just never got around to doing the research on it. But in the last 10, 20 minutes, whatever, I just started busting out research. I started reading a bunch, and I've kind of came to my conclusion about the product. And what really caught my eye about this product, I know you guys probably can't see on my phone, so I'll just kind of read it to you. And it's basically just a meme, but it shows the product and it says SLIN. That's what the product is called. It's called SLIN, and it says carbs into muscle, and it's from a place called GetEnhanced.shop. So I looked at that, SLIN, carbs into muscle, and that obviously doesn't make any sense. You can't turn carbs into muscle. Carbs indirectly can be used to make muscle, but they just can't be turned into muscle. So obviously that kind of caught my eye. And then I was reading in the description, and again, you guys can't see, but in the description it says all the bullshit about it, but it says keto in a bottle. And that obviously pissed me off a lot. I hate how a lot of these people, same thing happened with the Sarah's Discovery, is they kind of just market their product as being keto or whatever because keto is just a huge trend right now, and a lot of people are doing it, and it obviously is going to make them money just listing it as keto, even though this product has nothing to do with keto, absolutely 0%. It's actually quite in fact opposite of what keto is. This product completely surrounds carbs and eating carbs and doing everything you can do with carbs, and keto obviously is the absence of carbs. So I'll just show you what the actual product looks like. This is the product right here. And I tried going to their shop, and when I did, it's called GetEnhanced.shop or .com. And I'll just type it in for you, GetEnhanced.com, not shop. And it takes me to a place that isn't a shop, obviously. So that was another just kind of a red flag. So I just kind of ignored that. Maybe they changed the website, whatever. I'm still just going to do the research on it, right? So if we go back to this, there's 3 things on it. And since I couldn't get to their website, I couldn't look at the actual product to see what's in it and if what's in it actually claims what it's doing. But anyways, just from the 3 things that it shows right here, I was able to get a lot of information. And the first one we're going to cover is this glucose disposal. And if you don't know what glucose disposal agents are, that's perfectly fine. I didn't really either, and that's why I have research right here. So I'll just kind of read off like half of this first paragraph because this is kind of what it got me. And the rest of this is just all bullshit, and it was by the second paragraph that I ended up discovering that. But we'll get into it. So you may have heard the term glucose disposal agent, insulin mimetic, or nutrient partitioning agent. These are different terms of the same type of dietary supplement that has the purpose of aiding the body in breaking down carbohydrates from the diet and storing them in the form of muscle glycogen. I can't read today apparently. So on my channel I've talked about muscle glycogen quite a lot, and it's pretty important. It's the energy that goes in your muscles so you're able to work out and just have muscle, and you can actually feel this. I know I do whenever I go into the gym, and if you train hard enough, eventually it'll, especially if you do something like take a pre-workout, you'll just have what it feels like infinite energy to just do so much, but you literally just cannot lift a weight, and that is the absence of glycogen in your muscle. You just have no energy in the muscle. You just completely depleted it of all energy, but you feel like you can still just do so much more, and that's muscle glycogen just not being there anymore because you used it all. So what this claims to have done, so we already covered the glucose disposal, well, we haven't covered it, but we're talking about it, and the nutrient partitioner, that just goes right into glucose disposal, but so we're not going to talk about that because there's tons of different nutrient partitioning. They just transfer nutrients in different ways into different parts of the body and do all that type of stuff. So this is one of those. And what it claims to do is users of this type of dietary supplement have reported being able to eat larger quantities of food while staying leaner, having more visually full-looking muscles from having more glycogen in your muscles, and also being able to reach lower levels of body fat during fat loss-focused dieting phases without having to turn to harsh stimulants that can take their toll on adrenal glands with prolonged use. And I found this part really funny because this is obviously it's not a stimulant, it's a supplement, but we'll talk about how the adrenal glands and the long loose and how it takes a toll on them. But so that's what it claims to do, is basically you take it and you're able to, I didn't really talk about this before, but the third part, Carbohydrate Catalyst. If you don't know what a catalyst is, in chemistry, a catalyst is something that increases the speed of a chemical reaction. So what this does is you process carbohydrates faster. So you'll eat a carbohydrate, like bread. You eat a piece of bread or something, and you're going to process the carbohydrate like you normally would, but the catalyst is just going to make you process it faster, technically. And what it's claiming to do is that you'll be able to process carbs faster, and then with this be able to put it into your muscle directly. Now this doesn't say this, but this does. So I already read through like all of this, but I'm just going to read through the main parts for you so you can kind of see how I make my points and how I kind of disprove that this product actually works, basically. And originally when I started reading this, I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And I started actually thinking, hey, this product might actually work, because I was reading all the things about it. But eventually I came to the conclusion that that's not at all the case, and it's because of one sentence that they put in here, somewhere around here, I think. I don't know. I'll have to read through it. But I'm just going to read through this so you guys know what I'm talking about, obviously. So we're just going to start right here. When you consume carbohydrates, there's a natural rise in blood glucose levels. Obviously, your carbs get processed into glucose and they get put into the muscle as glycogen. So obviously what this basically means is you're going to have higher energy levels because you're going to have the carbs in your blood, or the carbs in your blood, right? So there's an upper limit to how much your body wants to allow blood glucose concentrations to rise. If there's a limit on something, you obviously shouldn't go above that limit. This product does that, but if you're going above and beyond, you want to be professional, you're going to have to go above the limit. That's why people take so many steroids, they take so many PDs, they take, all types of stuff, right? So we're not going to really, for the average person already, don't take this. But if for some reason you want to go pro and you just want to see if this works or whatever, right, I'm going to cover that for you. This is done to prevent a condition called hyperglycemia. And obviously, if you go above the limit, you're going to get hyperglycemia. It's not good. Don't do that, obviously. So I kind of already just disproved it, but like I said, we're just going to keep going. One of the most powerful tools your body has in order to prevent this is a hormone called insulin. So I started thinking about this. The more carbs you eat, the higher insulin's going to go, the more energy you're going to have, plus it having the, what do they call it, glucose disposal, it's going to directly put carbs, or glycogen, into your muscle. So, and I thought that's pretty awesome. More glycogen in the muscle, more energy, more weight you're able to lift, and all that good stuff, and that's awesome, right? But insulin, a hormone that causes glucose to be shuttled into cells that can be removed from the bloodstream. So insulin transports the processed carbs, which are glucose, floating around in your blood, and it transfers it to either adipose tissue or muscle tissue. So if it goes into muscle tissue, it's muscle glycogen, and it uses energy. But your muscle can only hold so much glycogen, so the rest of it goes to adipose tissue or fat. And since glycogen has to be stored with something else, like when it goes into muscle, it has to be stored with water. So for every one glycogen, you need 3 parts of it in water. I've talked about this before, and this is how you can get your muscles to look a lot more full, is by having more glycogen. So eating more carbs with a lot of water, you're going to inflate yourself basically with water and have more energy in your muscle. And those are obviously very important things to have glycogen. I've talked about how to build muscle. You need energy, water, stimulus, and protein. And you're covering 2 of those by eating carbs and drinking water. So that's important. But it goes in adipose tissue, which is fat, so your fat is going to get inflated as well, which is unfortunate. But what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're working out, you're burning calories, or doing cardio or whatever. You're burning calories no matter what you're doing. Me doing this, talking, whatever, that's burning calories. It's not burning the food that I'm processing in my stomach. It's not doing that. A lot of people have that misconception. Instead, it's burning the calories I already have in fat. It's going to take the glycogen out of the fat, put it back into muscles when I'm depleted of glycogen, and you're going to burn fat as well. And then if you're in a calorie surplus or just maintenance, you're going to get the fat back that you lost burning working out like that. So yeah, I think that's an important thing to realize, is you're not burning the food in your stomach, you're burning fat, and then the food in your stomach is going to become fat once again if you're at a calorie maintenance or calorie surplus. And this is why I like telling people that a calorie deficit, by still having all of the necessary requirements you need to build muscle, is the best thing you can do, because you're going to lose a fat while gaining muscle at the same time, and you're just going to, everything's better that way, obviously. That's what everyone wants in their fitness journey. They want more muscle, less fat, and that's, obviously. But I'm talking really fast, and slow down. Okay, so we're talking about insulin, how it moves. So the higher your blood glucose levels are, the more insulin you're going to have. And this is where it got me. The higher your insulin is, that's not good. I think a lot, even if you don't have like extensive knowledge in fitness or health, most people hear about things like having high insulin as a really bad thing, because it is. You don't want high insulin. So if you don't know what happens when you have high insulin, I looked it up. What happens when you have high insulin levels? Having high levels, also known as whatever that word says, has been linked to obesity, heart disease, and cancer. High blood insulin levels also cause your cells to become more resistant to hormone effects. When you become insulin resistant, your pancreas produces even more insulin, creating a vicious cycle. This is just a little tiny increment of all the things that it could do, right? I didn't go into any detail at all. But obviously, nothing good was said in this tiny paragraph, so I don't think I need to go that far into it. So having high insulin is not good for you. So having high blood glucose levels is not good for you. So taking something that makes you process carbs faster and transports them throughout your body into only muscle, you're going to have more insulin, and that's obviously not good. I just covered why that's not good. So that's really how I kind of disproved that this product really, it does work. I guess you could say it does work. It's going to make you process carbs faster if it actually does. It says it does. I can't read anything on it to see whether or not it actually does that. It says it does, so we'll just say it does. But it obviously, it doesn't obviously have those things in it. But what it says it has, if it does actually have those, this is all what it's going to do. It's going to, the glucose disposal is going to help transport glucose only into muscle. That's what it's supposed to do. And then you're going to burn through your carbohydrates or process your carbohydrates faster, having more glycogen in your blood and then eventually in your muscles. So technically that would work, but the off chance, or the bad thing of that, is you're going to have super high blood glucose levels, and you're going to have super high insulin because of that. And having high insulin is obviously not very good. A lot of people don't like that. I don't think anybody would really. So yeah, just thought it'd be good to disprove another little thing. You guys seem to love that, since the Sarah's Discovery video is my most popular video, and I got to do a lot of research. I love doing research like that, and being able to disprove things that just have false claims like that is quite fun for me, I'll be completely honest. But that's really all I got on this. If it was helpful for you, if you ever looked at this product and were like, wow, that was so awesome, please comment down below and tell me that whether you bought it and you tried it and what your experience was. I've had people do that on the Sarah's Discovery, or whether you looked at it and were like, yo, this kind of looks like a scam, I was trying to find a video, that being my video. I would love to see that. I saw on the Sarah's Discovery video a lot, and it made my day all the time, seeing that I actually helped someone make a decision on their journey and help them not make a mistake. That's what my whole channel is about. But yeah, that's all I really got on this pill thing. If you have any more things you want me to disprove, really, please put them down in the comments, and I will do them as soon as possible, because it's quite fun actually. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you go watch my other videos, I have a bunch down in the description that you should watch. I have, in the last like 3 or 4 weeks, I've been doing a little playlist or series, not a playlist. And yeah, I'd appreciate if you go and watch that, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you like this video or any other video that you've watched. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.